I'm Joe from Joe's Country Junction. I'm here today to show you how to make this fun little coaster. I used wool scraps to make mine, and it's really quick and easy. What you're going to need is your Accuquilt Go Cutter. You're going to need the circle die. We'll be using the 5-inch section, and to cut those you're just going to need some wool scraps. You can lay them right over your 5-inch die, put the cover on and run that through your Go Cutter. Then you're going to need to take a star die. For me, this is the new star die that I got, and I put some steam-a-seam on the back of my wool piece, and I use this star right here, the one that's not so pointy, the little chubbier star. Laid my wool right on top of there, put my mat on, and ran that through my Go Cutter. So when I was done, I had 2 5-inch circles, and I had 1 star with a steam-a-seam on the back. So you take your steam-a-seam off, you put your star where you want it onto your circle, like this. Then go over to your sewing machine if you have Accuquilt thread, the wool Accuquilt thread, and then you can just use a blanket stitch and stitch the star down. Otherwise, if you don't have the Accuquilt thread and you want to do it by hand, just hand sew this around the top. And then what you're going to do is layer the 2 pieces together after you have this stitched around. And then you'll end up like this. Then you're going to cut a piece of bias. This is just Civil War print fabric, and I laid that around the edge like this, and I sewed it down, and so I ended up like this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, and then I'm going to take a needle and thread, and then I'm going to just go around and stitch this down just like you would if you were sewing binding on a quilt. It's the same process to do that. Right now it looks like it's kind of crinkly and it isn't going to lay flat, so what I did is after I got the whole binding sewn down by hand, then I went to my iron and I just pressed a little bit, and it came out nice and flat, and now it looks like you'll be perfect, ready for a mug and a cup of tea. And if you'd like to learn more about how to make one or have any questions, you can contact me at joescountryjunction.com.